I don't know. That's what I don't know. Maybe I'm doing this wrong. I'm a ham. I'm on 50 ohms, and that's what I do. Please help me. The 75 ohm coax is not accurately testable. And I'm sorry for wasting your time. Alright, I'm officially mad. I'm angry. I got trying to put up a TV antenna, right? And I'm a ham, so I want to do it right. I don't want no loss in my coax. Trying to put up my dang TV antenna. Did I just say a bad word? If I did, just forget it. Anyways, I got a TV antenna, right? And I'm trying to put it up on the pole with the rotor and everything so I can listen to the radio station, so I can spin around with my SDR and listen to things and track things and do things, you know, what hams do with TV antennas, because it's broadbanded. It's got, I could actually transmit on it. I don't want to transmit through the 300 ohm to 75 ohm adapter that I put on it. But I could transmit through it, you know, the SWR, according to my nanoVNA. The SWR is under 2 from 60 megahertz all the way up to like 900 or something. So, I mean, I could tune it and tweak it a little bit and have it, you know, have 144 to 160 and then, you know, 420 to 480 and then whatever, right? And that's my plan. But I can't buy any 75 ohm coax that is worth a crap. That's my problem. I'm starting to get angry. Went up to the hardware store, got a piece of RCA, you know, coax. It's 100 foot. Had the F ends on it. You know, double shielded and all that fancy stuff. It was $24 at the hardware store. I'm sure it's probably $20 at Walmart, but whatever. The loss on that coax is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely. I think I made a picture of it, and if I did, I'll put it right here. You can see in the picture that, if it's there, you can see in the picture that the loss, the top line where all the letters and stuff are, is, just ignore that top line right underneath where all the words and all the letters are and the colors and text and stuff. It's got a little blue line on the side of it. I'm going to show you in a second. Right here, look. See this little blue line right here? The little blue dot? That little blue dot represents 0 dB in the log mag, and they're 10 dB increments, right? So that little blue line right there, that little blue triangle right there, represents 0 dB. Okay, now I got some coax, I got RG213, I got some jumpers, I'm going to show you whatever, but 0 dB is no loss. So you can expect some, you know, on some of my jumpers, and I'll show you that in just a second. Some of my jumpers, you know, I got 0.2, you know, dB loss, but the jumpers are short. It doesn't matter. No different than a connector or something. You're gonna have some loss, but on my 100-foot piece of LMR 400, my loss is about 1.2 or something like that max on HF, and then at VHF and UHF it's, you know, about 3 dB, you know, at UHF 3.5 because it's old, whatever. That's okay. 3 dB at 400 megahertz is, you know, coax, whatever, it works fine. But you got to remember, if you have 3 dB loss on your 100-foot piece of coax, and you have a 9 dB antenna that you pay $300-400 for, that 9 dB antenna has become automatically 9.87654. You know, 9.876. You know, 5 or 6 dB antenna. That's all I'm saying. I mean, what's the point in putting up a 5 dB gain antenna if you have 5 dB loss in your coax? Unless you're just trying to even things out. I mean, I guess that makes sense. But you can get coax. It's about $1 a foot, $2 a foot that has no loss. I mean, relatively none for a 100-foot piece. Here's my problem. I was mad about the RG6 I got at the hardware store, and I was angry about what I got at Walmart. I got some from Amazon that should have just been regular. It should have been labeled rope, because that's all it was. It was not coax. But I mean, it was, but it like 12 dB loss, you know, at 300 megahertz. Anyway, what I'm using this for is, you know, radio stations. I need 70, you know, 80, 90, 100 megahertz, you know, 101.5, you know, up to 107. And then I'm going to use it for the TV, and then I'm going to use it on 2 meters a little bit for listening and scanning repeaters, and 440 a little bit, and maybe GMRS a little bit, and, you know, just random stuff from there. But that's what it's for. The TV antenna's probably got between, it's a log periodic, so it's probably got between 4 and 6 dB, you know, probably closer to 4, 3, 4, 5, something like that, depending on which element it's using and all that stuff. And that's log periodic stuff. If you're not familiar with that, another day. But anyway, between 3 and 5, 6 dB of gain for my TV antenna. Okay, let me show you this $36 piece of coax. This is Pro GE Pro Quad Shield from Lowe's. Pro RG6 coat, HD TV, 1080p, high performance audio and video connection for all brands. So to them, I guess the brand is what matters. I'm not sure. 30 meters of coax, it's 100 foot. It says 18 AUG, 60 Celsius, E497382 UL CMX, RG6, 75 ohm high performance, 3 gigahertz digital cable. I guess it doesn't actually say coax, but let me flip this down and show you the loss on this sucker. And I hooked it straight in here, and I've calibrated this, and you know, the VNA is not going to show. It's going to, you know, it's going to skip about 10 megahertz at a time because I'm scanning from 1 megahertz to 1,000. At 1 megahertz, here's the megahertz we're on right here. 1 megahertz. I may have to zoom out and zoom in or something. There we go. So at 1 megahertz, you got 1.1 dB loss. That's not good, first of all. But that, you know, that's the AM band, so RG58 is better than that. Just saying. It is 50 ohms though. Here's 150 megahertz, 3.06. I know it's hard to see with my focusing camera. I ain't wanting to do it. That says 3.7 dB at 150. 3.7 dB loss at 150. So if I have a dipole, then I have this hooked to a dipole at 150. then we're looking at minus 1.5 dB of freaking whatever. So 400. Let's just do 450. 6 dB. This would be 10 dB here. So this is 10. That's 20 dB loss. So the blue line is the loss. You can see that it's 50 ohms. I make it's no 50 ohms. It's 75 ohms here, like it's supposed to be. It's 75 ohms here, like it's supposed to be, but it's 50 ohms here, whatever, at these frequencies, and that's the length. It's probably resonant here on 450 because of the length or whatever. But am I doing this wrong? I mean, 6 dB loss at 450, and when I get up here to watch my TV and stuff, it's, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45. 700 megahertz up here, 5 dB. 6, 7, 8. What, come on. At a gigahertz. If I wanted to use it for Wi-Fi or something. This thing only goes to 15. I'll just hit 3G, see where it puts it. It only goes to 1500 megahertz. So. But look, it drops exponentially from there. So on Wi-Fi, it's going to be 12, if I'm scanning like ADS-B or something, pointing east. I don't know why I would do that, but 1080, 1090, look at 8, 9 dB loss. Am I doing this wrong? Is there a way to set this for 75 ohms specifically, or is it not measuring? I mean, what am I doing? Can I put my display on? Let me turn this green trace on. See? Look right here. See that? The whole piece of coax is 45 ohms. Uh-oh, that's for a 1 gig. Let's change the stimulus back to, I just really just want 70 megahertz up to probably 900 or so. That's all I really care about. But you see the Smith there in the middle. It's 50 ohms, 60, 75. Alright, that's 70. I mean, it's so unstable. Am I doing this wrong? Hold on a second. Let me show you something else. 50, 60, 50, 52, 50, 50, 48, 49, 51, 52, 48, 49. So it's not 75 ohm coax. I don't think. Unless I'm doing this wrong. Am I doing it wrong? Hold on. Let me show you something else. Well, let me zoom out. I don't have a stand for this right this second. So I'm just going to have to sit there for a second. Now, I'm going to get a piece of... What do I got? Anything out there not being used right now? Well, I'll just grab a jumper. Just to show... Well, that's an awful short jumper. Alright, here's the jumper. It's probably, I don't know, 5 feet. I still got the COVIDs. No, I don't really. I have a sinus infection, probably because of the COVID, but anyway. I'm snorting amoxicillin. I can taste it. Anyway. Put my little adapters on here. And I understand. You gotta calibrate it anytime you change adapters and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I got it. I mean, I have done that. It makes minimal difference for... I'm measuring a range that's almost a gigahertz, so minimal differences. Alright, here's my jumper. Check this out. See my jumper? Where are we at right now? We over here. 900 megahertz. My jumper is a little wavy, but 2 dB loss. And that's pretty bad for a jumper. This jumper is actually meant for something lower, so let's go down to... We'll start at 1.8 and stop at 54. Okay. Now, this is what this jumper's designed for. It's a piece of RG8X. Where's it at? I'm sorry. RG8X Mini Pro Trucker from the, you see what I'm saying? Pro Trucker. We're not even talking fancy. We're talking the good stuff from the market up there. And I cut it off and cut it back on. Hold on. Let me recall that and turn my display back the way I had it. 1.8 stop 54. Okay. See here? 54 megahertz. This little jumper's got 0.1 dB loss. I can live with that. 30 megahertz, 0.03. I can live with that. See, the ohm's 50. Dead ohm 50. 49.2, 49.1. See, this is the way it's supposed to look. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Is there a way on this nanoVNA that I can change that 50 to 75? Or should it just tell me that it's 75? Or is it reading wrong because I have it set on 50? I don't know. That's what I don't know. Maybe I'm doing this wrong. I'm a ham. I'm on 50 ohms, and that's what I do. Please help me. Alright. Glenn Elmore and Barnes C4BR. Who else? Dave WOLEV. Pete for the Dave Eckhart, Leaf M, Peter Lawrence. A 75 ohm nanoVNA. Alright. This is the part where I realized that all you commenting, if you are, those of you who are watching this, and I'm going to title it something so you'll see it too. This nanoVNA was calibrated with a 50 ohm load and with 50 ohm RG 316 or whatever that is, and 50 ohm connectors, which for whatever that is. So, and it's meant for 50 ohms. So the 75 ohm coax is not accurately testable, and I'm sorry for wasting your time, but I do, after reading all of them people, this is 50 ohm coax, the leads, and I calibrated it with a short, an open, and a 50 ohm load. So I'm guessing maybe if I used 75 ohm leads and I calibrated it with a short, open, and a 75 ohm load, it may be a little more accurate than it is right now. But when I was asking, am I doing this right, you were all probably screaming, no, you're not. that's not going to work. But anyway, now we know. So maybe, just maybe, the 75 ohm coax, quad shielded, the RCA, the GE quad shield, just maybe it's good. I have no way to know. Other than stand my antenna up and see what it works on. Which is not fair to the world. It's not fair to the ham radio operators. There should be a better way to do this. A 75 ohm VNA. It's like a bird and you can just put in the plug for 75. That would be cool. I have a MFJ 269. Can I do it with that? But I have to send that off to be calibrated because it's 18 years old now. It's not really accurate. So, sorry for wasting your time again. That seems to be what I do now. Anyway, just don't buy the cheap coax, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to use this GE Pro quad shielded with the little reflector on the package because that caught my eye. I don't know. It doesn't look like I really have a big choice here. Love y'all.